How's it going, guys? Welcome to another episode of Stock versus Not. And today, as you can see, we are still working in the Nissan dealership, or brand, if you will. Today we are in the newly refreshed Z Performance, or the new Z car that Nissan had come out with. And I think if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's just called the Nissan Z. There was other people calling it like the Nissan 400Z and 400ZX, blah, blah, blah. I think it's just the Nissan Z. I don't think 400 actually was part of its official name. Let's hop to the car settings real quick, see what we got going on. We have a twin turbocharged, I believe it's twin turbocharged, I could be wrong, but I believe it's a twin turbocharged V6, the VR30 engine, so that's a 3.0 liter, I believe. Could be totally wrong. Again, I'm not too familiar with this car, I'll be honest with you. But what that gives us is 541 performance points, 399 horsepower, 350 foot-pounds of torque, and it does weigh about 3,400 pounds. So a little bit heavier when it comes to sports cars, but again, we do have a V6 on it. And weight balance, 57 in the front, 43% in the rear. It is expected with it being a V6 in the front. And as you can see, proportionally, most of the mass of the car is in the front. I really like the way how this car looks. I've only seen a few in the wild, and I think it's an awesome looking car. Would totally not mind owning one. Again, I wouldn't mind owning a lot of things, but the Z for sure is something I would totally go for. Where does that put it in the ranking boards? It gets put up against the F-Type still on the 600 performance point leaderboard. I don't know if it has enough in it. It's well under horsepowered there. Let's see where the other Z's are at. Here are the other Z's here. This one definitely has more power, and we do have forced induction on it as well too. So I'm going to guess that it's going to be gunning more towards the Supra times here. And I believe that's where this car actually kind of slots itself in real life today when it comes to its direct competitors. So let's go ahead and see what this car has to offer. Right off the bat, I think this is like the lowest seating position we've had so far in this cockpit view. Yeah, there's a big old screen and steering wheel in front, so hopefully that doesn't hinder our visibility here. Sports hards tires. That dash is really cool. I wish I could turn off that glaring Z logo. It's kind of distracting. But yeah, let's see how this car handles around Suzuka. For those of you who are new, basically what we do is 3 to 4 laps in the stock car, see what kind of lap we can get out of it, and then we will hop into a fully modified version of the same vehicle that GT Sport will allow you to do. A little bit of understeer there, no problem. Those center gauges are really cool. And nice to see that they actually are working with the inputs. And what is it? Looks like it's, what is it? Boost and I don't know what the other thing would be. Boost and voltage, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe oil pressure, I guess, would make more sense. Alright. Opening lap 102, obviously with that little mess up in the S's there. Let's see if we can get anything better out of this. Break it to 150. This car does nosedive pretty aggressively, so that's a little concerning for a sports sedan. You would think that they'd have somewhat of the body roll mitigated for it, but it is what it is. Let's come around here. We should be coming up on the Ghost now. Yeah, you just can't see that turn, can you? And you would think, I do this course enough where I should memorize where all the turns are, but it is what it is. I just noticed that this car also is the automatic version because we have paddle shifters, it looks like, on this car. And I do know this car does come with a manual option. So, yeah, very interesting that Gran Turismo chose to use the automatic variant for the car. Definitely, if I were to get one of these, I'd go for the manual one. Oh, little understeer there. That's not good at all. Might have to go for a fourth lap here. But out the box, I mean, this car is... it's very slidey. I don't know if it's the weight that's causing it or how the distribution is, but it's just... it's not very composed through these S's. Possibly just switching up the tires to like the Sport Soft might change up the characteristics a bit, but just with that, you know, the car just really wants to... if you're not good with your inputs, it's really going to bite back at you. Alright. Let's see if we can get a good fourth lap out of it, and then we'll hop into some fun stuff. But all in all, I do like how the gauge, the interior, everything is really set up nicely in this car. I do like it. I think they did very well with the exterior styling as well too. Don't care much for the black roof. I don't know why car makers think that having like a black floating roof style is cool. Not that I don't like it, I just don't care for it. So maybe if I were to get one of these cars, I'd probably get it like in a darker color, like black or blue, and do something like that. Let's come around here, let's flip it down, and then we're gonna come around this last turn. Let's see if we can get anything out of this car. Nah, nothing. Okay, that's fine. Optimum would have been a 101.421. Not bad at all. Alright, let's see where that puts us on the leaderboard. I think it actually is going to put us right around where the other Z's are at. Oh, actually it's a little slower. Look at that. Yeah, all the other Z's did a lower 101, so this one actually is a little bit almost closer to that 102. But it is what it is. Again, the view out of the car was not that nice. Couldn't really see much of the track, which is a little concerning. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop into fully modified one here. Alright, fully modified, we have 995 horsepower, and how did we achieve that? We have that VR38 swap, so I believe one of the Z's that we did already has it, or the Sylvia, I can't remember which one. No, the Sylvia had a 2J, I think. But this one has the 3.8 liter twin turbocharged engine out, one of the race cars. We have 995 horsepower, 774 performance points, 686 foot-pounds of torque. Now the weight actually is a little bit higher than what you would typically get with all the weight savings. I added ballast to it so we can achieve that 50-50 weight distribution, just to see how that goes. If you want to check it out here's the suspension specs, the customized differential specs, downforce, computer. Here's the ballast settings I have for you, so that's why it's a little bit, it's only a few, I think it's like 100 pounds heavier than what it would be. We have the fully customizable racing transmission. I'm actually going to tweak it just up a little bit there. And high RPM turbocharger, a little overkill for Suzuka, but again, it's either that or go for like the fully maximum turbo one, extra, whatever that last one is on the extreme settings. That one will actually get you up to over 1,000 horsepower. But we do not need 1,000 horsepower for the Suzuka E-Circuit. All right. And there's that trumpety, angry elephant sound we all have come to know and love. Very GTR-esque. And as in like Nissan GTR, not Skyline GTR. Alright, let's see what we can do. This car has 8 gears and we'll be nearing 200 miles an hour on this front straight every single time. As you can see on the brakes, we no longer have that excruciating nosedive that we were getting every single time coming in. and the car is definitely composed now through the S's. You can point it where you want it to go, and it turns and it handles, and you're not really fighting any body roll this time around. Let's get it down to third to get some more rotation. Oop. Hit some cones, because why not? That's just the autocross in us. Just wanted to take cones. 50.679 opening lap. Not a bad lap at all. We might not even need laps 4 and 5 if we can get some decent ones out of this thing. Fully modified, this is a lot more easier to handle with the tires and suspension. Obviously, if you had a lower power, you might be able to throw this around a little bit more aggressively. We just have to keep in mind that we have close to 1,000 horsepower on this car, and if you do not drive it with a little bit of caution, you are going to have it bite you in the butt. Alright. This high RPM turbocharger is quick to spool. Another 50-second lap, not bad at all. We're a little bit later on the brakes there. Let's see how deep we can get. There we go. Okay, not bad. Back on the brakes again. Get this turn done. Back on the power here. We'll hold it fourth. Let's get these S's knocked down. You always gotta remember, this is the last part of the S. You do have to kind of slow it down a little bit more, just so you can set yourself up for the exit here. And then the short course is just brutal on any car, really. It's an uphill turning. You can upset any car for the most part. 50.383. Let's do a lap 4. Let's see if we can inch out down to like a 49. We're still purple in the Delta, which is nice to see. Oh, we're coming off. Nah. Our line's compromised, but let's see if we can salvage anything out of this run. Oh, put the grass there. That was not the car, that was me not being on track. Alright, well, you know what? I think we get the idea of this car. It's fast, it's fun, and it's not as aggressive as all the other cars that are close to 1,000 horsepower. It is very livable with. Looks like optimal would have been almost like exactly a 50-second lap, so not bad at all. I think that it's not going to be a top 10, but I think it's going to get us somewhere decent on the leaderboard. Or not. Holy crap. Okay, 15th. I thought I would have done a lot better, to be honest with you. Looks like I did better with the 840 horsepower Z. Did a 49. Z Performance, yeah, this one, it's heavier, it makes more power. We did 50, so what is that? It beat the V8 Vantage. It's just behind the GT350R. And the Crown Athlete is still, the pinnacle of performance when it comes to these tests. So keep that in mind when you're out here trying to make a 800 performance point street car. The Crown Athlete is still a top contender. But other than that, that is today's video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.